Daily Mail. Oops, how Max Mosley had another memory lapse over his thuggish racist past. Continuing our investigation into the man funding Labour's deputy leader. Oh, so they have memory problems. You mean just like the government? You know, they say they're going to do this, and then those that still believe in that sort of thing go to the polling stations and vote, allegedly, and then they get into power and they do the exact opposite. Now we're getting a lot of this today. As evidence against Russia grows, senior Tory Labour MPs ask, should we boycott Putin's World Cup? So in made up allegations, because there's been no evidence yet whatsoever that Russia had anything to do with it, they're now trying to anger the people by boycotting the World Cup, and that'll drive the footy fans crazy. Well, they are fanatics anyway, but that'll drive them even crazier. Yeah, so something's happened between Russia and a former Russian, or still a Russian, and so we'll bring football into it, or we'll bring the Olympics into it, we'll bring sport into it. What the... Ministers were under growing pressure last night to order a boycott of the World Cup in Russia. Yeah, I believe that when I see it. And this is in almost most of the papers as well, over on the right there. Face of the policeman poisoned in spy horror. Now these headlines for this particular case get even more and more ridiculous as we go through the papers. As you can probably imagine, the scum is the worst of the lot as usual, but I don't want to digress too much. So, Daily Mirror. Parasite alert, Megan's hug of love. Yeah, right, okay. Yeah, oh, and look, underneath, just underneath it says end of a monster. That's what it's talking about, her there, end of a monster. Poison spy, 21 victims of attack. Yeah, well. And then at the bottom there, M25 rapist is dead. Predatory sex beast jailed for 9 vile attacks, dies at 63 as he fought for parole. The Times. Trump gives US allies hope of bypassing new trade tariffs. Traitors are not safe on British soil, says Russia. State TV mocks industrial quantities of death. They offer you no evidence that Russia said this whatsoever. All that they can try and back up their bullshit is by saying state TV mocks us. Well, we're run by a bunch of satanic paedophiles. Damn right they should be mocking us. They should be taking the piss out of us because we're allowing these Satanists to run the country. That's why it looks like it's getting into a worse and worse state, because the Satanists are in charge at the moment. Over on the right, I found this rather interesting. Fake news travels far faster than the truth. They mean real news is getting out quicker than their fake news, and they're shitting it because of that. Where do we begin? Sign of the Times, a protest rally in Russell Square, London. Okay. The Guardian. Ministers set to offer NHS staff 6.5% rise. Exclusive. Pay offer to cost 3.3 billion over 3 years if staff give up a day's holiday. Oh, so it's going to cost them a day's holiday to get some more money back. Imagine if they said that to the MPs. Ah, right, we're going to cut your wages in half unless you come in for a week for free. Utter disgusting, disgraceful, Satanist scumbags. And this the picture, poisoning mystery. They're dressed up in green bin liners and you expect to take them serious, whilst at the same time, when this happened, the men and women and children that live in that particular area are just walking by in normal clothes. Are they taking the piss, or they're just trying to ramp up the fear? I think you know which one it is. Officers seal off graves of Russian spy's son and wife. Bullshit. Absolute bullshit. I got an email yesterday as well from YouTube. International Women's Day. Now this was the closest I've come to using the F word in that. Brexit will expose the EU's democratic deficiencies. Yeah. It's not just the EU's democratic deficiencies, the UK's democratic deficiencies. The Star. Pick off poison cop. Snow hell bites back. Parasite living the dream. Telly Jim in race storm. Piers fans walk out over chalky outburst. You can see why it's only 20p where there's nothing in it, can't you? The scum. Swift walk, darling. Taylor and Brit lover. Yeah. As I said, 10p pills for heart needed by 1 in 2. You can stick it up your arse if you think I'm taking any of your pills. Now let's get down to the fake news. Russian attack hero. Our lads beating Vlad. Poison copies in fight back. PM vows revenge on Putin. So he's been poisoned by probably MI5, MI6. I've got poisoned because it was to do with MI. And apparently he's beating Vlad lying in a hospital bed. What a utter bullshit headline. The Telegraph. Give blood pressure drugs to half of UK. Right, so this is then the second time they've come up with this sort of you need to take this tablet, it'll sort you all out and that, because in that tablet will be a poison that can be activated anytime you like to kill us all off. Don't take any of this shit or you will die. Ordeal of policeman poisoned in spy attack. I'm not going to read it because it's just total and utter, yeah. Express. Who wants to be an even bigger multi-millionaire? Final answer, it's Clarkson. Well, I've never liked that bloke, to be honest with you. Parasites again. Oh. Inspiring Megan's words of wisdom for a fan. Yeah, because she's gone from a hopeless actress to some parasitical scum. She'd have been better off staying as a hopeless actress. Hero cop who risked life to save spy. Let's give officer bravery award. For doing his job. Let's give all the nurses a bravery award for doing their job. Oh, no, that's different. Doesn't fit with the propaganda we're trying to push. Independent. Patrick Coburn, the return to Raqqa. Devastated after years of ISIS control and bombing, not much of historic Syrian city remains intact. You notice how they forget to mention the West's bombing of the same place. No, it's ISIS. Well, in actual fact, if it was ISIS, then it's the West, because the West controls ISIS and funds ISIS. Was poisoned Russian worker as freelance spy. Oh, working as freelance spy. Investigator probes links between agent and UK security firms. Oh, we're getting down to it now, are we? Police officer named for 20 people treated for toxic exposure. the bullshit propaganda just gets so see-throughable that even those that are still asleep are going to start asking, something doesn't smell right about that. And they'd be right. Financial Times. Trump offers exemptions on steel tariffs to real friends. And the picture, border point. Tusk assures Varadkar that Ireland is top of Brussels' agenda. Oh, they're working to an agenda. That's a strange surprise, is it not? Metro. There's only one real headline in it. Poisoned hero who raced to save spy. Officer won award for catching serial rapist. They really are pushing this bullshit. Megan style Fox Pass. Race hate hell of uni student. J-Law, my nightmare trip to UK. 60 seconds with Nigel Havers. Nigel Havers is connected to the paedophile network, is all I'll say on that.